You're watching a movie. The room is quiet, the music slows, two characters finally meet, and suddenly you whisper it. Wait, I think he's the villain. Your friend scoffs. That's impossible. But 10 minutes later, you're right. Your heart jumps up, your chest lifts, and for a split second, you don't just feel entertained. You feel powerful. But here's the twist no one talks about. You didn't just enjoy the story. You enjoyed outsmarting it. So why do we crave that moment? Why does predicting a plot twist feel so deeply satisfying? Tonight, we're pulling that instinct apart. Think about the last time you watched a thriller, a true crime documentary, a mystery series, or even a story time on TikTok. Your brain didn't just sit there quietly.
It hunted. It looked for clues, for inconsistencies, for the slightest hint of foreshadowing. It analyzed micro-expressions and suspicious timing. You weren't just a passive viewer. You were competing with the story. And what's wild is this. Even when we're wrong, we still enjoy guessing, because the prediction itself is the reward. Here's why. Every time you make a prediction, your brain releases a hit of dopamine. Not when you're right, when you guess. It's the exact same chemical loop that fuels gambling, that addictive pull to refresh social media that keeps you hooked on a cliffhanger. Your brain doesn't crave certainty.
Here's a contradiction for you. We love being right. That feeling of calling it, of knowing what comes next, it's satisfying. But we also love being completely, utterly outplayed by a story. Think about it. A great plot twist does two impossible things at once. First, it proves you wrong. And second, it still makes you feel smart. Because in that moment of shock, a new thought clicks into place. Oh, it all makes sense now. Your brain doesn't feel fooled. It feels expanded. That experience has a name: cognitive reorganization. It's your mind reshaping its understanding of reality in real time. And that mind-blown feeling, that's the physical sensation of neural growth happening on the spot. But why do we crave this specific brand of whiplash in fiction? Because in real life, being wrong has consequences. It can cost you trust, money, your reputation, even relationships.
The stakes are high, but in a story, you get the pure emotional thrill of being wrong, with zero real-world fallout. Your nervous system gets a safe space to practice. It gets to rehearse for shock, for betrayal, for loss, for a sudden revelation, all without any actual danger. It's emotional training, a rehearsal for chaos. This is why when life feels overwhelmingly unpredictable, we sometimes turn to predictable stories for comfort. And it's also why when we feel safe, the most unpredictable stories give us the biggest thrill. But even after a story completely shatters her theory, what do? You don't stop. You immediately start predicting again. Your brain just hates being a passive passenger. It wants to participate. It wants to solve. It wants to feel like it's one step ahead. This is the impulse that has you scrolling through comment sections while you watch, pausing a scene to tell your friend, "I'm calling it." It's why you text your predictions mid-episode and while you rewatch a series just to catch all the clues you missed the first time.
You're not just consuming a story, you're in there with it, co-creating it in your head. And at its core, this constant prediction, it's about control. We do it because life is uncertain. People are unpredictable. Outcomes are never, ever guaranteed. So we practice certainty wherever we can find it, even in fictional worlds. But here is the quiet, profound lesson a great plot twist teaches us. You can analyze everything, you can prepare for everything, and still be completely surprised. You can be shaken, and yet you survive the surprise. And that teaches your nervous system something incredibly powerful, a quiet whisper that says, I can be wrong and I will still be okay. So maybe we don't predict stories because we love being right. Maybe we predict them because we crave meaning, we crave mastery, we crave the illusion of foresight, and we crave the deep emotional proof that surprises won't actually destroy us.
Every single time a story outsmarts you, it's quietly reminding you of a fundamental human truth. You don't need to control the ending to survive the story. Sometimes being wrong is the part that changes you most.
If you guessed the twist before it happened, congratulations, your brain just gave itself a little victory parade. And if you didn't, that's okay too. Being surprised is just your mind stretching its legs. The truth is, you don't watch stories to be right, you watch them to feel something click, to test your instincts, to be curious, to prove that even when you're wrong, you're still learning. So keep guessing, keep noticing, and maybe, just maybe, enjoy not knowing what's coming next. Thanks for watching.